Hi everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing my left hand. We are going to be doing this mani challenge that Dip Nails by Jules does every month. So what she does is she gives you a set of colors. These are this month's colors, and you just get free range of do whatever you want to do. So today's colors, I'm going to use Blue Hawaiian, Devotion, and Copper Rose, all from Triple D. These are the decals that I will be using today. These are the ones from Pashi, and I like this sheet because it literally has like tons and tons of butterflies on them. And I will be using my Chaos Concepts bottle holder with my Mani Boss liquids today. I'm also testing this out for Chaos Concepts. It's a new finger rest. I have different sizes, but I'm really liking this blue one. And then I also will be using this Controlled Chaos. They're like basically to take in place of my cupcake liner, so we're going to be testing that today as well. So for my middle finger, I am going to do the decal. So this is where I'm going to place my white. I will be doing 3 layers, but my first layer is not a completely full layer. It's like a 3/4 of the way up the nail kind of thing. And I will be doing that all the way down to the free edge and next to the sidewalls, but not touching the skin. And then I will be pouring over the dip powder. Once you tap off the excess, you're going to get your cuticle tool and clean around your edges, making sure that it is nice and crisp. And then you're going to dust off the excess powder. Next, I will be doing my 2 full layers. So I'm going to do a full layer of dip base, and then I'm going to go ahead and pour over the white powder all over again, clean up my cuticle area and my sidewalls, and then dust off the excess. And again, I'm going to be doing this twice. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, so before we move on, I'm going to show you how to use this Control Chaos. But first I'm going to go ahead and just dust all the excess powder off of the finger rest. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and fold it in half, and you're going to tap it so all the powder kind of shimmies down. And then you just basically do like the cupcake liner. You just pour it in. It does have a little like bevel or lip thing at the bottom of it, so it does make it easier to pour in. And then what I do with the excess powder, I just use my dusting brush to kind of like scoop it back into the jar. And I like to activate in between my colors just in case if I bump my nail or anything like that and it gets ruined. So right here I'm just activating my white before we move on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with Devotion, which is that like purple pinky kind of color. And I thought I was going to do it on my pointed finger, but I actually decided to just move it to my pinky. So we're going to go ahead and just do the same process. We're going to go 3/4 of the way up. We're going to do the pour over method, clean up the sidewalls and cuticles, dust off any excess, and then 2 full layers of the same color. So while you guys are watching, I just want to go ahead and go over Julie's Mani challenge. So I am going to put all her social media outlets down in my description box below. If you don't have Facebook, that's okay. You do enter through the Instagram, but you have to make sure that you use the hashtag correctly. So I'm also going to put the hashtag down here. You want to make sure that you spelled the hashtag right when you post your mani, because she does have 2 judges every month. One is a permanent judge, one is a guest judge, and that's the only way that they'll see your mani. So you want to make sure you spell that hashtag correctly so we can see all of your beautiful manis. All right, now on to the last solid, which is Blue Hawaiian. And again, you guys, all these colors are from Triple D and they are all available right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch this process one more time and then I'll be right back. As I was editing, I noticed that when I was cleaning my cuticles, it looks kind of rough on camera. And I promise you guys, I'm not being rough around my cuticles and I'm not doing it too hard. But you do want to be careful when you use a cuticle tool because this thing is super, super sharp and you can hurt yourself. I have done it before, but I promise you in this video, I did not hurt myself. I'm not being too rough, okay? All right, and as usual, I'm gonna go ahead and activate those two colors before I move on to my glitter. The glitter I'm using again is Coopper Rose, and I'm also going to be switching my Controlled Chaos little dish. And I think it's a good idea to have two just because one is good for solids and one is good for glitters and flakes and stuff. As you can tell, I have used it before, so a couple of flakes got stuck to the little palette, but you can just clean it off with like a little Clorox wipe. And I just think it's good to have two so you don't contaminate your powders, so like you don't get glitters in your solids and stuff like that. All right, so I am gonna only do 2 coats of the glitter. So what I did is I did 3/4 of the way up my thumb, all the way down to the free edge. Right here, I'm dusting off the excess, and now I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my sidewalls and cuticle area. And then I'm gonna dust off the excess. After you dust off the excess, then you're gonna use your finger and kind of press down on the glitters to make sure that they're flat and flushed. And then we're gonna go ahead and go in with our full coat. And you guys, today I'm actually just laying my finger into the jar. Usually I do the lay my finger into the cupcake liner, but the sidewalls for this chaos control isn't high enough and I felt like I might have lost my glitter. So today I am just laying my finger into the jar, but I will be testing it to where I am going to pour it over onto like the side of the chaos control and kind of lay my finger there to see if that'll work. But again, just for today, I'm laying my finger into the jar. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and move on to my ring finger. We're going to do 3/4 of the way up, and then we're going to do a full coat of the glitter. Same way, same process. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch, and then I'll be right back before we clear cap. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how the Control Chaos does with glitters. Same thing, I just basically tap it to kind of shimmy down the glitters and then use my dusting brush to capture all the glitters back in the jar. All right, here we go. Now we're going to go ahead and clear cap. I am using double dipped, and I do have a discount code with them down below in the description box. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a full coat of dip base, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the pour over method over my thumb and my ring finger, and then I'm going to go ahead and activate after that. Okay, so this is how we're looking like after we activate it, but I will be filing off camera. Now this is how we look like right after we filed. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our decal. This is the one I decided to use, which is like that purpley open butterfly. This is my little jar of water. I have my tweezers ready also. My LED light is also ready, but it's off camera. You can't see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some gel base. This is from Triple D all over the nail, making sure that it's nice and even, not too thick and not too thin. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and cure for a couple seconds. While I'm curing, I'm then going to put my decal into the water so I can get that ready to go. Okay, now that the decal is ready, I'm going to take it out of the water. Today, I'm just going to use my tweezers for application. I'm not going to use my my stamper. So I'm still going to use my lint-free wipe to take off any excess water. I'm going to go ahead and slide that back part of the decal out. And then I'm going to take my tweezers very gently and put my decal into place. So I'm also going to use the tweezers to kind of flatten out the decal. And I decided that the middle finger was missing something, so I just took my tweezers and kind of picked up some glitter and kind of randomly placed them all over around the decal. So after I tapped off the excess, I'm then going to go ahead and do a full cure of 60 seconds. I'm going to take my Triple D Delicate Gel, which is a 2-in-1 gel. It's a base coat and a top coat all in one. So I'm going to go ahead and treat it as if it was a regular dip liquid before I return it back into the bottle. I want to make sure that no glitter is on my brush so I don't contaminate my gel. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a thin coat of this Delicate Gel. I'm wiping my brush before I return it, doing a full cure for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to do another thin layer. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and move on to the other nails. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate the nails one more time because I want to use a dip top coat instead for the rest of the nails. Once you let your activator sit for a little bit, you're going to take a lint-free wipe with some alcohol on it and just do a quick swipe. This is just to remove any excess activator. This also helps prevent your dip top coat brush from hardening. So what we're going to do for the first layer is we're going to do quick strokes. We're going to put only a little bit of product on our brush so it doesn't overflow our cuticles and sidewalls. And before you return the brush back to the bottle, you want to make sure that you clean it on the napkin every time. Usually by the time you do all your fingers, you're able to come back to the first finger fairly quickly. So right here, what I'm doing is I did speed it up for you guys, but what I did is I'm doing my second layer of my dip top coat, and this is the layer where you want to be more precise. So again, you don't want to flood your cuticles with the dip top coat because that action can cause you from having lifting around the cuticle area. And you also want to make sure that you clear cap your free edge because you also don't want any lifting on the free edge of your nail. So this is how we're looking right after our top coat. We're going to go ahead and refresh our cuticles. So I'm using today Candy Skincare. This part is optional, it's not mandatory, but definitely highly recommend it. You're bringing the hydration back to your skin and your cuticle areas. Okay, so this is how we're looking right after. I really like these colors, and I think they match perfectly to Julie's Pantone challenge. So remember, if you enter, don't forget to use that hashtag correctly so we can see your manis. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I will see you later, you guys. Bye!